Hello everyone and welcome to another Badger Workshop vlog. So we're going to do 3 parts I think. Workshop, what's changed in here, what I've been doing in the house, and then I'm going to have a bit of a ramble about the garden room. So we're in the workshop, so we're going to start there. Now doing the garden room made me really think about how I want to do my workshop. But I realised even with the best will in the world I'm not going to start it to spring next year. So I'm going to be in here a while. But there's a few things I don't like about this space. One is the colour. Everything's very green and there's no backdrop. So I've got loads of scraps of wood. So I decided to build something to put as a backdrop. And that's what I'm painting now. So since I saw you last, I got a load of new tools. And I know people get a bit bored about hearing about it. But unfortunately, this was always going to happen. Because I moved house, I explained the reasons in a previous vlog. And I got rid of all my tools. And then since I got this Clark garage, it meant I could actually replace them again. So that's kind of happened in the last few months. So there's been a bit of a rush on new tools, but things will calm down now. I've been a big fan of Bosch tools for years, their professional range. So I'm now working with them and they've provided me with some tools. I did do a whole video about this. But the main things they gave me were a track saw, which I've been using to make these shelves, a table saw, and a miter saw. The other thing I got was the Axminster Bandsaw. Now, I'm kind of known as the table saw guy, but actually the bandsaw is my favourite tool, and I'm loving this thing. Now the trouble is, I had no power out here, so the other thing I got was this EcoFlow unit, which means I can run mains powered machines out here. So I'm really pleased with this unit because it solves my power problems, but also I studied environmental science, so I'm very interested in that, and I like the idea of being energy secure and reducing my carbon footprint. So I like little projects like this because they're going to make the space look better, give me some more organisation and just use up a load of scraps. And I'm painting it in the same grey I did my workbench and some other storage. Whilst I wait for this paint to dry, let's go in the house and I'll show you what progress I've been making in there.
So welcome to my bathroom. When I moved in, it was a lovely blue and purple colour. Nothing wrong with the bathroom suite, but they had painted it with cheap paint like the rest of the house that was flaking off. Now I didn't have the money to redo the whole bathroom, I just wanted to do a quick fix and make it look better. So I spent ages stripping all the old paint off the walls and then I could repaint it with some Dulux bathroom paint. I think it's worth spending the extra money on good quality paint, especially for a bathroom or kitchen. Now I tried painting tiles before in my old house with some Dulux paint and it was pretty horrible stuff to use. So I tried a different brand this time and this stuff worked better. It was about 4 coats to do the tiles, but it's a big improvement. So I'll put a link to this tile paint down below. Now the one thing I've got left to do is the windowsill. It's tiled, so I could paint it, but in my experience, hard use areas, I use this to put my toothbrush and toothpaste down on. So if you're knocking things on it a few times a day, it's going to damage the paint. But I've got a project coming up that's going to use some oak countertop, so I'm hoping I'm going to have a scrap big enough left over and then I can put an oak windowsill in place. So that's one more room done, a reasonably cheap fix, and I might redo it in the future if I have the cash, but at least I'm not embarrassed by my bathroom anymore. So now we're going to go over to our Northampton garden room correspondent. So the major thing I've been working on since I saw you last is this garden room. So I thought I'd answer a few questions about it. So I apologise, it's really echoey in here, as at the moment it's all just hard surfaces. So this is going to kind of be an artist studio craft room for my mum and her husband. So it's going to get filled up with lots of pictures on the walls and bits of furniture and work tables. So maybe in the next vlog I'll actually show you it's kind of finished and filled up. So a big question is how long it took to make. Well, it's kind of a complicated answer as I didn't do it in one go. So when I built my workshop 3.5 years ago, it took me about 3 weeks, start to finish, working 7 days a week. So I thought this would be about the same. but I did it in stages. So first I came over and I got the base down, the walls framed up, the roof on, and the rubber membrane on the roof. So it was all watertight. That took about 2 weeks. Then I went home and I actually made the windows and doors. So I spent about a week doing that, and then I came back and I fitted the windows and doors and got all the external cladding on. So that was about another week. So really, that's 4 weeks already. So if I hadn't made the windows and doors, I probably could have got it all done from the outside in 3 weeks. Then I went home again, came back another time, insulated the walls, got the internal cladding or wall coverings on, and got it all painted. That was about another week. Then I went home, the electrician came in that time and finished off and got the sockets installed. I came back and I got the laminate floor down, which it was an incredibly hot week I did it, so I did it over 2 days, but it was just a day's work really. And then there was some finishing touches and bits. So I've lost track of what I've said already. So 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks and a day, plus the time I spent at home doing the windows and doors. So about a month's work. Now for the cost. So materials are horrendous at the moment. We're all in about £5,000. That's with the electrics as well. So that's expensive for a shed. It's cheap for a garden room. And of course, it's exactly the size they wanted to the spec. It's not something just bought off the shelf. Now, I want to build myself a workshop next year. I want something about 6 metres by 3 metres, which is the same size as the tent I'm working in at the moment. This Clark pop-up garage that I got from Machine Mart. I've costed it, and obviously it's going to cost more than what I've just built. But it's crazy what you can actually buy something for. You can buy something wooden or metal for a fraction of the price, and there's no way I could even get the materials for it. So it's very tempting to buy something and then retrofit it to be what you want, as in insulate the walls and things. But it'd never be quite what I want. So I really want to build it, but in a lot of ways it doesn't make sense financially if you want something quite simple. But if you want a fancy garden room that's insulated and clad and electrics and windows where you want them, then, but if you've got the money, and if I've got the money, I will build exactly what I want.
So the paint's dry on this unit now, so now I can get it lifted into place. Now to secure it down, I'm just going to drive some screws down into the unit below. Now I've made this using the shelf pin system, same as I did the unit below. I really like this so I can adjust it in the future. Then I can get the shelves into place and start filling them up. I'm just putting some consumables in here, but I don't know what I'll use it for in the future. And of course some other essential things for a backdrop. I made this badger sign a few weeks ago and I've had nowhere to put it, so I think this would be the perfect place and it will look great on the background. So that's it all done. So I think my new background looks much better, used up some scraps and tidied it up in here. So I think that's all I've got to tell you for now. So thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons, and please subscribe for more videos.